Hello, and thank you for joining us for another segment of Camera On with Authors Inside. Today, I have a friend of mine I'll be interviewing. He's from another country, but before we get started, can you do me a favor? Can you press the like button and subscribe to get notification so you can receive more content like this? So we're gonna get right to it. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Ade Oaisoni. Uh, I'm from Nigeria. I've been here over 25 years, and it's good to be here because of you know um, what is good is here. At the same time, what is bad can be here. So we take both goods and bad, and we put it all together. So yeah, it's good to be here.
Okay, welcome, man. We're glad to have you on Camera On. I'd like to ask you, can you tell our viewers if you've been incarcerated and how many times and how long you've been incarcerated and how long
Yeah,
have you been out?
I've been incarcerated twice. The first time it took 9 years. The second time it took 5 years. So altogether 14 years. And I'm still with the system because of parole and probation here and there. So I will still say I'm still with the system.
Okay, man, what is it like in there for you being a foreigner? What is it like for you being inside prison?
Number one, prison is a terrible place. Even though it is mentioned that it is a rehabilitation, like a forum for rehabilitating people, that's not the case. The case is not first and foremost, it's for punishment. That's true. It's for punishment. And once you receive your punishment, you're supposed to have a thoughtful thoughtful mind where you change your ways and everything. We can go into little here and there details of how the system is, how the prison is itself. It's not a place for, I would say, to me, it's not a place for human. Um, it's not something you want to wish on anybody, no matter how much whatever you did. You 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 can go in there and rehabilitate yourself and teach yourself and change your ways. But at the same time, what the prison system itself is inculcating into people's life is not what it is showing. It's called California Department of Correction and Rehabilitation. What are they correcting and what are they rehabilitating? There's two different things you can take out of those two words, correction and rehabilitation. But there is no correction and there's no rehabilitation. The only people that like I would say get the correction and rehabilitation is oneself. You have to have a mind that you want to correct yourself, correct the mistakes you make, and move on with your life and rehabilitate. And when you come out, you are part of the society. So yeah, it's not a place for me. It's not a place for humans.
Okay, now can you tell what was your feelings relating to your incarceration? What was your mindset each day when you was in prison? And at any point in time, did your mindset change to help you come home?
Yeah. Okay. Initially, because if they said you did something which was not even my case. My case, I had a relationship with somebody, and things went south. And my conviction tends to be from a lie that I couldn't get back because I was doing good when I was here. And then this small little lie brought me down. So the system and my feelings about what went on, because I thought when I came to this country, the truth will always prevail. Like that was my thoughts, that the truth will always prevail. But that was not, as time goes on and I'm seeing stuff here and there, even on TV, on real life, on what you read, you see that the system is not perfect. The system has a big hole, not just a small hole, but a big one that, you know, it's going through the pipes, which has busted so many times. But my feelings is that there are people who commit offense. Yes, there are people who commit offense and needs to be punished. But the system is so vile that it's making a lot of mistakes that even innocent people are being incarcerated. So I have a ill feeling towards the judicial system and the system that is in the prison, because it's two things now. The system that takes you in there and the system that is in there. Because the system that takes you in there, you can try and appeal your case, which we know what that is. Maybe 1% gets their conviction overturned. I've seen where people have spent 47 years, 37 years, 20 years, and they are innocent. And then now we are seeing how DNA is exonerating them. So my feelings and my thought was how prison is being, how the system and the prison itself is, I have an ill feelings with.
Okay, you have an ill feeling towards prison, and I hear you, and we get that. Now, I want to know, what type of personal changes have you made? I hear the prison system does have issues, but I want to know personally, what type of changes have you made?
When I came here, I came on a full scholarship to go to school, and I graduated. So maybe I would say I tend to be lucky in terms of finishing school, finishing college, and having a bachelor's degree. I was able to make changes, especially in there. When I was in there, out of all the years I spent over there, if I said I spent approximately 14 years, I guarantee you that I spent 12 of those years educating myself, especially with the legal system, with other little courses here and there that the prison was providing. I took myself into the education of prison education, where I was able to even teach some people. I was student teacher at one point, that I was able to teach other students how, the maths, the English, and all whatnot. And then I myself, I was able to pick up little here and there certificates, because they got a lot of things you can get and get certified on programs in there. So yeah, I was able to educate myself on so many things. I got certificate on paralegal. I got certificate on electronics. I got certificate on carpentry. I got certificate on landscaping. I got certificate on computer literacy, and so many other certificates. So when I came out, I was able to meander and was able to use what I studied, and with my resume and college degree, I was able to get a good job. People always say, "Oh, you can't get a job." No, you can get a job. Believe it or not, you can get a job. Coming out of prison, you can get a job.
Okay, so along with your bachelor's degree that you obtained before you went to prison, while you was in prison, you learned you educate yourself even more by studying law books and literacy programs and help teaching others, so that you advance your education in so many different things.
Yes, that's right.
And now that how long you been out?
I've been out pretty much 2.5 years now.
Now, I know you as Nini. So, Nini,
Yeah.
Did you have any issues while you were in prison? Because you was a foreigner. Because you said you was from Nigeria. Did you have any issues based on?
Well,
And did you think it was a direct attack because where you from?
well, no, I didn't really have, like, a lot goes on in prison. A lot goes on in prison. A lot of fighting, a lot of stabbing, a lot of drug use, a lot of all these bad vices goes on in prison. I I, I never smoke, I never drink, so I'm a little bit like prone, like I prone myself in things that I do. So I didn't um I didn't get into fights. I wasn't a gang member. So I wasn't able to have issues, except for having issues with the deputies. I do have issues here and there where, we say something, uh, two people having argument. Like I remember I had an argument with one person, and it turned out to be a gang member on the other side. And then the issue escalated that, okay, I can't just take one person, I have to take all these people. But come to realization, somebody stepped in from their own side that this is just one man. You guys have one issue with one person. Now you want to, you know, all turn on him just because you don't have issues with him. You don't have issues with him. So the guy stepped in and quelled the situation. So I didn't really have fight. I don't think I even had a single. I didn't have a single fight in prison. I wasn't having any issues, except I have issues with deputies. Some deputies have a foul language, foul mouth. They have a corny ways of doing things. So when you are somebody who is trying to go on a narrow road and they are trying to block you from there, some days you tend to it gets to a point you can't take it no more. So you flare up and there's an issue between you and a deputy. So most of the time I get write-ups. I got different write-ups for, like disrespecting staff, which it's not even, not like it's not common. It's way common for you and a deputy to get into it. So yeah, I didn't really have issues with inmates. I got issues with few deputies
Okay,
that are rogue. I call them rogues.
you call who what? You call them rogues?
Rogues. Some of these deputies are not straightforward. They are not good deputies. They are the one that really bring trouble to inmates, and then Yeah, I call them roles.
Okay. Um, so the life that you live since you've been out here and your time, your experience of being in prison, do you have any regrets or things that any type of remorse, regrets surround towards anything?
Yeah, if yeah, I have normally in my life I hardly have regrets because what I do like calculated stuff that I do. I don't just go, I don't do crimes. I don't do criminal stuff. So if they said, what can you do different? I will have a different way of doing stuff. I will have a way because there are things that, you know, you are doing it, it's not a crime, but when somebody lie on you, it becomes a crime. Those are the kind of things people need to watch out for. You got to be very careful of what people say and do with with the system. The system has a way of, you know, as long as something is reported, it becomes an issue where they have to iron it out. Even if it is a small, they can blow it out and become a big issue. So yeah, there's so many things I will have done differently that I would say I have regrets on, but majority of it, I think it will have been the same.
Okay, so you saying you was wrongfully convicted and
I was,
accused. Um, so being now, how long you been out of prison now?
I've been out 2.5 years.
2.5 years. So what have you been doing since you've been out?
I've been working. As a matter of fact, I got a good job that I was working um, with a company before I got into, just like I said, system. I got into a verbal argument with what they call a parole officer, a parole agent that doesn't, you know, they like to run you like, okay, they got your life in their hands. So I don't know what that system is about being on parole. But let's say, okay, you're on parole, but now somebody has your life in your hand, in your head. They can do anything with you. You have an argument with him where he was wrong, but he was mad. He doesn't want to take his fault and violated you. Violate he violated me, and I lost my job, lost my apartment. Now I have to start finding jobs here and there again. I have to start all over again. Where I built, I built a system where I was doing good, and then I was being, I was being violated, and then now I have to start all over. It is, it is, uh, it is something you have to be careful about. There's
So
no way you can.
starting all over. When you mean starting all over, where are you staying right now?
Well, temporarily, right now, I'm staying in my car, and then I have somebody who is helping now. Sometimes I go over to her house and then do my normal routine stuff, and then, you know, I have people that are helping here and there,
Yeah.
but I don't like to receive help from anybody. I like doing my own. I mean, try to do my own stuff my own way, and, you know, move on with my life.
Now, what do you, why did your parole officer violate you? What you get violated for?
He said because I was okay. He wanted to know why how I got I'm getting things done like jobs, car, housing. If you want to talk to why will you want to talk to you? He goes out of line. What he's not supposed to do, he tries to do. Like he goes out of line, try to ask you, can I speak with your landlord? Can I speak to your cousin, your mother? Things like that, things that doesn't concern you. What's your business with that? That's not your job.
Yeah.
Stick with your job. So sometimes when you keep harassing me every day, I'm gonna it gets to a point I will snap. And that's all human because somebody's harassing you every day, every day, every day. And this is an everyday stuff. He's not supposed to be calling you every day. Like even today, he called me more than 7 times. So this is not how you call, I mean, this is not how you do your your what would I call it, your parole stuff.
Your job, yeah.
Your job. Yeah. You don't do your job like you find what you think is might be wrong, you iron it out and you go by your business. But no, these guys stay on issues that doesn't even pertain to him.
Nini, me and you were talking and the other day, and you said never again. You never finished that statement. Can you finish that statement? Never again. What?
Yeah, I'm trying to encourage other young people. I'm trying to start a program, like a non-government program where it's called Never Again, which means never again is do not go to, you educate all these all these youngsters who are being delinquent, who are who are not trying to stay in school. They are not trying to listen to their parents. They are not trying to follow the straight road. I'm trying to educate them that prison is not the answer. Prison is not the place to go. And even those who comes out of prison, you want to educate them, never again. Do not step into prison again. Do not try. This is how you do it. Get yourself into education, get yourself into certificate program, get yourself into whatever you can do and get a job. One thing that I know is when you get a job, it takes you from any bad vices you do, because your mind is set on hard, working hard and earning money. When you earn what you work hard for, it feels good, and it you know how to manage it. You know how to deal with issues of life, pay your bills. You feel good when you're paying bills. There are some people who never know what they pay. People pay for them and do things. They just go around stealing or do whatever. So one is trying to educate the youngsters, especially our brothers and sisters, our black brothers and sisters, or even minorities, or even no matter who it is. But we need to start from somewhere and educate all the youngsters that prison is not somewhere people go. Because I've seen where youngsters will say, well, my daddy went to prison, my brother, my cousin, my aunt, most of their family ends up in prison. So their mindset is like, okay, I don't have a daddy right now. I don't have a role model, So we can be as a role model to all these youngsters and teach them prison is not the answer.
Well said. Well said. Now, before I let you go, Nini, what is your anchor that helps you get through the day, each and every day? What anchors you?
Um, for me, Failure angers me because,
No, I said anchor, A-N, anchor, like what holds you down,
oh,
what
what
keeps you.
what gets me going
Yeah.
through the day? Okay. I believe in God, and there is always one thing that I stick to since I know myself as a man. I always say, once there is life, there is hope. No matter, as long as God wakes me up, that means I still have a purpose in life. That means once I wake up, I open my eyes, I say, thank God that you wake me up. I give my praise to him and everything. Then my mind goes to, there's a reason why I'm waking up every day. People think it's natural, like, oh yeah, we got to sleep and wake up, sleep and wake up. I guarantee you, over 20,000 people didn't wake up today. Over 20,000 people around the world. Let's just say, I'm just putting up a figure. Over 20,000 people didn't wake up today. So it's not a natural thing. It is God's blessing and God's, I would say, God's, let me just say God's blessing to that you wake up every day and you have breath in your life to go on with your life. So yeah, what gets me going is that I have God and I have my breath of life, which means I have hope.
Good attitude, man. Yeah, God is he is my anchor too as well, and that's what keeps me going each and every day. So I appreciate you for saying that, and I just want to thank you for coming on camera on. I really appreciate you, and I'm gonna reach out to you and try to help you out in whatever way I can, and because I know you're trying, and I really appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you very much for having me.
Yes, sir. You be safe and take care of yourself, man.
And you too.
Camera
Thanks
off.
very much.